heard it every day for more than a week. North Carolina's top health official urging all of us to remember the 3 W's.
Wear, wait, wash. Wear, wait, wash. Wear, wait, and wash. Wear, wait, wash. Wear, wait, wash.
All right, that first one, the wear. It refers to a face covering or mask when you're out in public. But despite how many times we've heard it, so many people refuse to do so. It is such an important issue that really affects all of us. So we ask our Glenn Counts to dig into why some people are simply refusing to follow the recommendations. Glenn.
Well, Erica, we're here in the South End area, and a few minutes after we got here, I started counting. And in about 10 minutes time, I found only 4 people who were wearing a mask and 54 who weren't. Now, based on what the medical experts tell us, those folks are choosing to put their neighbors, families, and friends at risk. To wear or not to wear? All of us make that potentially life or death decision every day.
So here, I feel like people don't care quite as much.
Justice Payne moved here from Oklahoma about a month ago. She says here in the South End, it's hard to find a mask wearer, something we saw ourselves tonight, and something psychologist Dr. James Rochelle doesn't condone, but can understand.
Personally, I think I'm like everybody else. I'm really tired of the quarantines.
Dr. Rochelle sees the decision to forego a mask as a bit of rebellion. We decided to check how many people were following the CDC's mask recommendations today. Well, obviously, this is not going to be a scientific survey, so we're going to keep it a little informal here. Mask and no mask. Here in Freedom Park, during a brief period, we counted 47 people not wearing and only 6 wearing, including skateboarders Quintana Winchester and Rashard Coleman.
It sort of seems like either they're unaware.
Just because outside is open back up doesn't mean that COVID, disappears.
Of course, by now you have probably seen the protesters calling for the state to reopen, some of them proudly walking around with no mask.
I think a lot of people are angry with what COVID-19 has done. It's wrecked the economy. It's made people fearful that they're going to get sick.
And that is what the mask represents to a lot of folks, but not to Justice Payne. She wore a mask religiously while in Oklahoma because she was worried about being fined. There, it's an order. Here, just a recommendation.
I did wear one like the first week I was here, and when I noticed people weren't wearing one, I was like, okay, I guess I won't wear this.
All right, well, her comments suggest, Glenn, that the power of peer pressure and the influence of a crowd are factors. I know you went to a lot of places today. Did you find mask wearers in bigger numbers anywhere else?
Yeah, we did. At some of the stores where people are going inside, primarily grocery stores, I would say it was about 50-50. Of course, that still leaves a lot of people who are in effect saying no. And of course, as you know, a lot of stores still don't make it mandatory.
All right, Glenn, thank you. New research is suggesting that men are less likely to wear a mask because some of them think it's a, quote, sign of weakness. Researchers in London and California studied nearly 2,500 people. They found men, more often than women, felt that face coverings are shameful, not cool, and a sign of weakness. That attitude gap between men and women was much smaller in areas where face coverings are mandatory. Here in Mecklenburg County, leaders have been urging people to wear a mask, but have not made it mandatory. Today, the county manager, Dina Diorio, addressed that issue.
Mecklenburg County is following the recommendations of the State Department of Health and Human Services, and that guidance is very clear. The recommendation is that if you leave your home, it is recommended that you wear a face covering when social distancing is not possible. And so that is the position of Mecklenburg County at that time.
Now, the town of Davidson is considering a face covering rule. Town leaders debated the idea, and one proposal would require a mask for entering a business, or else you would be turned away. It could also extend to public areas and town parks. So far, though, nothing has been decided. It's important to note that most places across the country do not have a mandatory face covering order, but some of them do. 7 states have rules on masks, but the rules differ. Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Hawaii require masks inside a public business. In Maryland and New Jersey, the rules apply to public transportation and essential businesses. Connecticut and New York require a mask for anyone 2 years or older if they're in public and cannot social distance. And these rules could include fines, some up to $5,000, and even possible jail time.